Is it fair to compare the flu and the coronavirus?
Well, there's no doubt that the flu is deadly. And how many times have I been there?
Been right here saying it.
Yes. Tens of millions of people get it every year. Tens of thousands of people die. Get the flu shot. Do all the hygiene that we're talking about. This is on top of that. And we're talking about really different things. So here's the difference. The flu, as bad as it is, as deadly as it is, come spring, come rain or shine, we know the season's going to start to go down and it's going to stop. There's a flu vaccine. There's treatment like Tamiflu. Yeah. With the coronavirus, it's a new, novel coronavirus. So come warm weather, we don't know what's going to happen. It may die down, it may not. There's no vaccine. There's no treatment. And unlike the flu, this is important, unlike the flu, where from past seasons we may have a little bit of immunity left over, this is novel. It's new. Nobody has.
So the flu's been around. We know what it is. We've got some remedies. The coronavirus is new. It's uncertain. People are worried as a result.
People hate, and the stock market hates uncertainty.
What do we know about the death toll? It's not tens of thousands a year because it hasn't been around for a year, but where is it headed based on the mortality that we know?
I think it's too early to tell that, and I'll tell you why. We're seeing mortality rates that are going from less than 1% in South Korea, where they're testing a lot of people, almost 200,000, to 4%, something like that, in other areas. And I think a lot of it has to do with how extensive the testing is and where they're catching the people. If you catch the people, you're not doing a lot of testing, and you catch them when they come in when they're sick, the mortality rate's going to be higher. If, as appears to be happening in South Korea, you're testing hundreds of thousands of people and you're getting them when their symptoms are very, very low, or maybe they don't even have symptoms, mortality rate's going to be much lower, less than 1% in South Korea.
And for folks out there, I mean, someone coughs, someone sneezes, they're like coronavirus. So how does a person know the difference between the flu and the symptoms of coronavirus?
You know, they may not. They can overlap. So, you know, the flu, you have you ever had the flu, Michelle?
Oh, yeah.
I'd had one time. Every muscle in my body ached. You have that muscle ache, and you have high fever. But you can have some of the same symptoms. You can have a cough, and you can certainly have fever. Shortness of breath you can have with both. So that's why these tests are so important. And we now are saying that we're being promised that millions of these are going to be here in the next few weeks. I think that's going to change things a lot. We're going to see, and I want to immunize people about one thing about these new testing. As we do more testing, you're going to see, you may likely see the numbers really dramatically rise in the United States. On the one hand, we don't want to see it widespread, but it's very possible that that's what's going on. And when people see these higher numbers, then the mortality rate is going to drop, right? Because you're going to have a lot of people who have minor symptoms and who...
So the drop in mortality rate might be reassuring. Don't be rattled by the higher numbers.
Don't be rattled by the higher numbers, which really I want to immunize people.
Because the issue is we just haven't tested these people
we don't
at all.
know. And it's like flying blind right now for me as a doctor. People come in. I've had so many phone calls in the last couple of days about this. We need the testing.